Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Well, today we are going to work on making this. This is my little Easter favor treat box for 2023. Just like that. I have gone through and pretty much prepped everything. I did all of my stamping and everything ahead of time. And I did do some stash diving. So I'll show you the thin cuts and stamps that I used to cut out all of the pieces. For the floral parts, I used the Doodled Florals. For the butterfly, I used this In Full Bloom. And for the little Easter bunny and the carrot and the egg, the Easter egg, this was called Egg-stra Special. Definitely from a few years ago, a couple years ago. I love when I can bring out some favorites and use them again. To make the little box part, so this little bottom part here that holds the treats, I have cut a 4 by 5 inch piece of, I believe this is honey butter. And first thing I need to do is make my little box. So I am just using my bone folder. To make a little box, I scored at 1 inch all the way around. So super easy, 1 inch all the way around the box. And I'm going to cut up, and then I'm going to wedge into the square and rotate, cut straight up, and I'm kind of cutting away that nubby part that is created from scoring. I used my scoreboard to do this. I think that you can, if you're gentle, you can use the track in your paper trimmer as a scoring mechanism. But I like to use my handy dandy oldie moldy Stampin' Up! Scoreboard. So this is what it looks like. You can see you've got your 4 little tabs here, and you need to glue your box together. So I put glue on my little tabs, if my glue will run. Oh, there it goes. And I'm just going to put the glue on, and you just fold up your tab, and you're lining up the edge of the paper here with the corner. Same here. Just lining up that paper with the corner. And you just go all the way around your little box. Wedging in helps it, just helps it to not stick out. Now on this one I can see it sticks out a little bit, but that doesn't bother me at all. So there we have our little box. It's 1 inch tall by 3 inches long and 2 inches wide. So 2 by 3 by 1. The next thing I am going to do is I have some pieces of pattern paper. 2 of them are at 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then 2 of them are 3/4 by 1 3/4. The paper I used for that is from the Life's a Hoot. Again, I think that's a nice kind of springy paper. And again, I'm going to use my glue. And you just put it on the panels here. Oops, skipping around on me. And obviously the short ones go on the short end. And you wouldn't have to do this part. I just think it makes it look pretty. Okay, the other part we have to do is make our handle. So I'm going to put a little glue, not more than an inch up. And on the shorter side, I'm eyeballing it in about the center. And fold the other one down, do the same thing. And you just hold it for a few seconds till that glue really sets up. And that's your little basket. Isn't that a fun little Easter basket? For this part, we're going to get a little fancy dancy. I've got Avocado Ink. I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper. And we're going to do just a little bit of ink blending. I'm going to use avocado. This is how I'm quick coloring. This pattern paper that I used to make the little leaves and the bits of the flower is from a storybook, or in case of this, was a scrap piece of paper that I had in my black and white stash. For the flower, we're going to go with Glacier. And I'm just going to ink all 4 of these. Okay, that's it for the Glacier. The last thing I need to do is use the Wisteria on the butterfly. And that's it. Kind of boring, but there we go. For the flowers, we're going to do some layering. You can see that there are layers to this flower, and that is achieved by actually cutting these flowers. I think I'm going to leave this darkest one on the bottom. Yes. And you just start cutting away some of the petals. It doesn't take terribly long. I'm using my micro tip scissors, and you turn your paper. We have layer 1, and we'll go in here for layer 2. And there's no right or wrong here. You do what looks good to your eye. And I'm going to cut the middle right out of this one. This is a great way to achieve layered flowers if you don't have stamps, thin cuts that do a lot of fancy layering. So we've got our different pieces, and I'm using our foam dots. And let's see. And a bitty one here. Look at these, aren't these cute? So cute. And perfect for the middle there. And you can see how that gives you some fun dimension, those flowers. So the next thing I did and will do is I'm going to put glue on the leaves, but I'm not going to go all the way down the leaf. I'm going to leave the very end loose. Just thought it looked more interesting that way. And some glue here in the middle. Just like that. And the butterfly, I'm going to bend him in the middle and just put glue on that crease. Right there, and place the butterfly on the flower, and then we've got our little egg and our little bunny. And you just want to make sure that they are above the bottom of the box so that they don't hinder your box from sitting level. Now I can see here that I have misplaced. I'll be right back. Some extra pieces here. When I'm cutting out all of these things, if I feel like I'm gonna struggle with having enough, counting properly, for whatever reason when I'm doing a bigger project, I tend to miscount. It is the nature of me. I know this, so I make extras and I just bag them up. Have them at the ready. I always need them. There you go. Got a little happy Easter with the carrot, a little Easter bunny and the egg, and then that fun flower and some leaves and that pretty butterfly. The other thing you can do is take your Spectrum Noir gold metallic paint marker and put a little bit of gold on the butterfly and maybe on the flower, just to zhuzh it up and give it a little shimmer, maybe even a little bit on the leaves, just like that. There you go. A fun little Easter treat box for Easter 2023. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll give making a fun little treat favor box a try. Have a blessed crafty day and a wonderful Easter. I'll see you next time.